Hello, everybody, and welcome to the XWF podcast. I am one of your hosts, Gator, the charming British gentleman who swears too much. And joined with me, as always, is the gayest man in the planet, Ned Kaye. Ned, say hello.
Oh, hey. Hi, it's me. Did we already start and I just didn't have my headphones on until you called me gay?
Yeah, that's why I called you gay, so I'll get a reaction out of you.
Pretty much.
You ass.
I didn't know if you were paying attention
You
or not.
absolute son of a bitch. I just had to do my job. Anyway, hi, I'm Ned Kaye. You can hear the words that I say now, and that wasn't meant to rhyme, kind of.
Wow, very cool. And the second
job.
gayest
Wow.
man on the planet,
Eh.
Mr. Maverick.
Oh fuck!
Oh, wow. We can't make Mav laugh this podcast.
Oh, he's dying! Stop cursing him with gayness, Gator.
I'm currently dying from it. Currently, I have a really bad cough, so this is going to be interesting. If I cough in your ears while I'm speaking at all, I apologize in advance, guys.
I'm not going to edit it out, by the way. I'm going to bass boost it, just deafen people.
Just all of a sudden, just like cough with reverb.
Yeah. And sadly, Vinny Lane isn't here. He's basically abandoned the podcast like he's abandoned his children. So to replace him again,
No, he's dead. Remember?
Oh shit! Yeah, he died. Of course, yeah. Rip.
What?
Rip Vinny.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Vinny Lane.
Yeah. So to replace him, a far more superior podcaster, talent, and gentleman, runner-up to gayest man in the planet, Mr. Bobby Bourbon, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm definitely here for the gaiety. Let's have a gay old time.
Okay.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
I should
thank you. And also, it is a shame to hear about Vinny, because I want to come on here and just BS with Vinny too, because Vinny's cool to BS with, but plus, it'll be nice to be not the oldest man in the room, but here we are.
It's a shame. His head got taken off by a jet ski.
Oh, too soon.
That shows Vinny right trying to go on a jet ski at his old age. I mean, that fossil. I mean, he had it coming.
Yeah, that is very true. I don't even think he was on the jet ski. I think he was just swimming, and then he got hit by one.
Well, why would he go swimming at his old age? I mean, he still asking for it.
That is true.
He wasn't swimming. He wasn't swimming. What happened? It was a freak accident. He was taking a shower, and somebody was towing a jet ski. Jet ski flew off of the little thing that was being towed on. I believe I don't know the word for it right now, but it flew off of that through Vinny's bathroom window and then into him while he was showering. It was completely unexpected. Like, he was technically swimming, because when you shower, you're really just taking a very lazy swim.
That's great.
This is true. This is very true. He showered and tried going over on Ghost Tank. His hatred for Ghost Tank cost him his life.
I hope I don't regularly insult Ghost Tank, but I will say this: Ghost Tank, take a shower.
That's good advice for everyone.
Yeah, everybody have a bath.
Yeah.
Brush your teeth. Comb your hair, have a
From
bath.
now on,
Put some deodorant on.
yeah. Wash yourself. From now on, I'm going to be referring to showers as a lazy standing swim.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's definitely shortening it.
Yeah, shower a little too long. Lazy standing swim rolls off the tongue.
I feel so bad for Matt.
The LSS, if you will.
I really do feel bad that I hijacked this show just to hype our upcoming show on the network. Make grooming your hobby with Gator and Bobby.
That's great.
The new premiere coming soon.
Wow. I need to
Just wait. No, wait. We're gonna have a great episode about techniques to shave. Not your face, gentlemen. Not so much ladies, because I'm definitely not going to tell a lady how they should shave themselves.
Is it going to be sponsored by Manscaped?
You go ahead.
I have a landing strip of love heart. That's the way you want to go.
I actually I have the Ace of Spades in ginger.
Nice.
Ooh.
I've got a joke.
I'm glad that I'm glad that you two are also getting a podcast, because Maverick and I are actually gonna make a podcast while he's sick, Cold and Heady with Maverick and Nettie, and we're really excited for that.
Of course, of course. I mean, everybody's gonna want to tune in for my loud coughing and your bad jokes. I mean, it's gonna be great. We'll love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna scream like a banshee somehow.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 1
Somehow,
hour.
some way.
It's just gonna be 1 hour of like the mic peaking and just like cracking all the time.
And nobody's
like,
gonna be able to find the difference between our voices.
no, not at all.
I mean, so many people have said we sound so alike. It's insane.
Yeah,
And we don't.
also-
And I hope having a clearer microphone helps people know that we don't, for
it will
fuck's
not.
sake.
It will not.
Nah.
We're still gonna get the comments. You know it, and I know it.
Oh, and speaking
Yeah.
of comments, I wanted to announce that since we're announced already 2 other shows, there's also the show that me and Maverick are making and working on. For the love of the game, here's a rhyming name. Sorry.
The name's a work in progress. We're gonna work on it a bit. Don't worry about it.
I threw it to you. You
It's a
could've failed
fan
me.
podcast to Triple H.
Oh,
right.
that does not
Oh.
exist. There's no such thing as a fan podcast of Triple H.
You'd be surprised.
This is now the fan podcast of Triple H. Triple H now needs
shit,
to be
let's
on the
go.
graphic.
All right,
Here
so
comes the King.
It's time. It's time to love the game.
Oh
King
my
of Passion, met a cerebral assassin.
let's talk about how good Triple H's spine buster is. Like, non-ironically, that's a good spine buster he's got.
It is.
It is a pretty
It's
good spine buster. I'll give you that.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, actually, it's pretty good.
Carrying
Okay,
groceries.
this sucks. I just want to quote Maverick and say this sucks.
Yeah, this is awful. But it's fun because we got a pretty short podcast to go through. Also, just a note, if you hear snoring in the background, that's my beautiful English bulldog in the back having a snooze. So I apologise for that. I'll put a picture up on the podcast. Everyone can look at him and be like, oh, what a cute dog.
Is this the moment where
Aw.
Gator's Bulldog becomes the official podcast mascot?
Oh, I wish.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Is it just me and a cum jar?
What? I don't know. That's the
What the
fucking
fuck?
Is it just me and a cum jar?
That's the mascot for Kuhn and Cook.
No.
Oh, my bad. My mistake. My bad.
Right.
Went from English Bulldog to cum jar way too fast for my liking,
Yeah.
Ned. You need to explain yourself.
I'm sorry. That was already a pre-established thing. Sorry, new listeners. Go watch
We're trying to
8
have a
episodes.
wholesome moment
of
here, and you're trying to
the
bring in
morning.
your cursed degeneracy. Not good, Ned. Not good.
Okay, I'm gonna derail this podcast like super hard again, even though we're already started off like fucked.
Oh no.
Okay, so me and my
no.
friends have been having a shouting, like legit. One of my mates, we have been arguing about this for weeks on end, like full screaming matches. So I threw this hypothetical out there because I just thought it was funny, and we're all on Discord together, and I just thought it'd be a funny little hypothetical. I didn't expect it to turn into this giant argument that's gone on for almost a month. Okay,
Oh no.
would you rather have sex with a dog and nobody knows you ever had sex with a dog, or not have sex with a dog but everyone in the world thinks you had sex with a dog?
Oh god, that
It's
sucks.
horrible. What in the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Answer the question.
I refuse to answer. What the
I
fuck? This is a
don't know.
lose-lose situation.
There's a right
Either
answer.
you-
There's 100% a right answer here. It's not to have sex with a dog and just let people think you did and try and convince them otherwise.
I mean, does the question imply that you can convince them otherwise?
I
That's
mean,
the thing.
it just says people in the world think you had sex with a dog. They don't know for a fact, and they can't know for a fact because
Okay,
you never did it.
But I mean, to be
Okay.
fair,
I'm just gonna come in here. Yeah, I want to come in here and clarify that if it's just that people think and then you can like convince them after having a talk with them, yeah, you always choose that instead of fucking a dog.
Mhm.
I think you should have it be like no matter what you do, you can't convince them that like it's likely that you fucked a dog
Yeah, but
even
so
though you didn't.
That's a whole thing.
Like that's gotta be
Ma-
the stakes.
That was just a question I
speaking
posed
as
to them.
Maverick here, I mean, people thought I was a title shitter, even though I never took a drop up on the title. So I mean, you know, I it's kind of an unfair question to really pose here.
A follow-up question. What breed of dog again?
That was never mentioned.
Oh my-
I'll
Do
go
I
on.
have to take the dog out on a date first?
No. You just have to have sex with the dog. Okay, for clarity's sake, I'll say it's a Shih Tzu
Oh,
because that's funny.
Yeah, it is.
It's funny.
Well, still not fucking the dog.
Yeah.
On my end.
There we go. See, he's a pretty easy, But this fucking degenerate that I'm friends with is adamant that he has sex with the dog because nobody will ever know we have sex with the dog, and then that's his argument to me. It's like, because I wouldn't have sex with a dog, and I'll just let people think it did, and try and convince my friends that that didn't happen, and strangers can think whatever the fuck they want because I don't care about that.
No, what that
Yeah.
friend said he would fuck the dog and nobody knew about it means he's done some shady shit you don't know about.
Exactly, that's what I thought. I was like, I couldn't live with myself knowing that I had sex with a dog. That's awful. But
If I know
he's
a way
fine
I
with
can
that.
convince others that I didn't have sex with a dog, then that's clearly an option that I would take.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I don't even know what the fuck my answer would be. It's a no-win situation.
Oh no, it completely no-win situation. But yeah, I just wanted to get it
No.
out there just so I could bring this proof to him that he's the fucking degenerate weirdo. So thank you guys for being on my side.
He's also hiding
Yeah,
something
you just
from
got
you.
Oh, 100%.
you just got called out for being a degenerate by a man who co-hosts a podcast whose fucking mascot is a walking, talking cum jar. I hope you fucking understand that, you
What the
fucking weirdo.
Oh man, I'm never gonna show him this. That nobody knows to do a podcast.
That's
Man,
true. That's true.
Circle us back to the
No,
jar.
yeah, full circle. Like
Yeah.
the top of the jar.
That's true.
So, welcome to the XWF podcast. This is a thing that we do, and we talk about things, apparently. We've already introduced ourselves. I believe there was a Wednesday night warfare that happened.
Yes,
No, it was
on
a weekend
occasion we
warfare.
talk about grown men in underwear beating the shit out of each other. On occasion, mind you.
when we're not talking about dog fucking, cum, and the ways that Vinnie Lane died,
Man.
we are occasionally talking about grown men underwear slap fighting.
Can you imagine
Thank
if
you,
this
Matt,
is somebody's
for
first
reminding me of
episode?
that.
Like legit, like I
It
feel
has
so.
to be.
I feel like this can't be someone's first episode. Like, oh yeah, well,
It shouldn't be.
This
shouldn't
this
be.
one. This is one I want to watch. I'm so sorry, everybody.
Oh,
I'm going to make sure that this is a
not.
lot of people's first episode.
this is a wild
Yeah,
first
make
episode,
sure-
honestly.
We're not usually like this.
Okay.
We're usually more restrained than this, but it's just
Maybe Vinny really was the missing ingredient for us.
no because
XWF
Vinny would have
Gal.
fucked the dog. I know that for a fact.
Oh,
He
he would have.
He
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 would
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 have.
have. But then again, at least we
He
know
would've
be united in hating on him.
This is true. He would have fucked two. I just want to clarify that. He would have fucked two dogs. He would have found another dog to fuck. XWF Galaxy. I have a mission for you. Ned Kaye has a mission for you. I want you
He
to
has a mission
send
for all
this
his
episode out to
netophiles.
people. Yeah, for all the netophiles out there, netophilia running rampant on you. I need you to send this episode to people who have not watched this podcast, specifically so that this is their first episode.
Please
We're so fucked.
please don't
Ned,
do that.
I was going to do that, but now I want you to do something for me. Let's have another hypothetical answer time. All right. So, dog or a corpse?
Wow.
This is really fucking horrible.
Oh,
God, that's really. I don't
Don't
know
answer
that.
that. Don't answer that. Do not answer that. Nobody wants to know that. Nobody wants to know.
No,
No.
Don't answer that.
that's between you and your priest.
You're right.
This is so awful. Oh, I love it. This is
Weekend Warfare live from
Literally the
the
worst.
Paycom Center in
All right,
Oklahoma
Ned,
City,
you want to run us down the card?
First match of the night: Michael McBride versus Taylor Rabid, followed up by Finn Kuhn versus Jason Cashe. Charlie Nickles versus Sarah Lacklan in a Falls Count Anywheres match. Why did I say anywheres? That sounds mystical and
no idea.
wistful for some reason. Mark Flynn versus Thunder Knuckles in a hotly anticipated bout. Bobby Bourbon versus Raion Kido, the rematch from the finals of last year's March Madness. Goth versus Cadryn Tiberius in an Extreme Rules match for the X title. And your main event, Dolly Waters defends her television title versus Isaiah King. Her
16-minute time limit
her-
match.
Thank you. I was about to get to that. Any thoughts on this card, fellows?
I mean, honestly, it was a really hotly anticipated card, and for good reason. I mean, multiple title matches is always a good sign to see. Plus, you have the 3 stretch of matches with all the brand new Brotherhood of Bros members between Charlie, TK, and Bobby Bourbon, with some hotly anticipated matches. And plus, you also have an exciting undercard with Michael McBride coming back with a new guy named Taylor Rabid. I had a really exciting match with Jason Cashe. I mean, from top to bottom was a really good show and a really strong way to just follow up for March Madness.
Yeah, totally agree though. A very good way to put it. Yeah, a very, very strong card.
So, that being said, ooh, sorry. Let's get to the first match here. So we had Michael McBride versus Taylor Rabid. So it was a really good match. Honestly, I was the one in charge of writing this, and I really just wanted to go out there and really make sure I put Taylor over as a really exciting wrestler. And I tried to give Michael McBride a couple good spots too, as this was his return match. So I ended up coming with this match. The ending stretch here was Michael McBride in control here, trying to set up for his Celtic clothesline, the clothesline from hell. And Taylor managed to counter with a really sharp roundhouse kick that broke McBride's nose, blood gushing down. And he managed to come in with his own finisher, the Damage Case, the Shining Wizard, and he got the 1-2-3 Taylor Rabid. Strong win for him. He actually put out some really good content in the lead up to this match, and I'm really eager to see where he goes.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I haven't seen a whole lot from Taylor, but he looked very good in this match, and
Yeah,
it's always fun to see somebody. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I was about to say his character's pretty interesting, pretty new, pretty fresh. Looking to see where it goes with it.
I mean, honestly, I think he's got a lot of promise, so we'll see how it goes with the next show. I believe he's on Anarchy next, isn't he?
You think I should know that, but I do not. Yes, he is, against ChatGPT.
It's almost like Anarchy just doesn't exist.
Almost like that, yeah. Let's try and bring it back into the 21st century.
We'll go over the Anarchy card later.
Yeah.
We should pretend like all of the anarchies that Lane has done since 2019 don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
And when it went off the air in 2016 or whenever the fuck it did, it was just off until Gator got it.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
A great big gap in all the history.
I can't wait to
take those Anarchy Championship matches and all those pay-per-views. Now we just brought out a belt from off the street.
The hobo belt. Oh,
yes!
Please call the hobo belt.
It's not called a hobo belt. I need to treat it with respect now. Oh,
aww.
I know. I feel dirty saying that.
Every party needs a pooper, that's why they invited you. Party pooper.
Party pooper. You've been watching DBZ Abridged, Mav?
Yes, I had the fucking clip sent to me recently and it's been in my head.
I love that shit. I've been watching it again as well.
I need to watch more Team 4-Star.
You don't. Anyway, after that solid match, Sidney Grey came out to the ring to greet her loyal subjects. She said, Nedamania is dead and buried. Sadly, it's not. You can't kill what you did not create.
True.
Exactly, baby.
Said maybe people upset that there's no King Cunt of the XWF, who breaks out with no chance. And says, sorry, no happy endings there either. Fuck you, Sidney. And then Mr. Bourbon and breaks out in Bobby chants. And Sidney, acknowledges the Bobby chants, but then goes on to say, she had four matches at March Madness, and she came out on top, and she says, "Fuck you for calling Anarchy the B show. This is another reason why I'm trying not to bury it, because I don't want Sidney being mad at me." She's like Universal Champion, ladies and gentlemen. We need to treat her with respect. And yeah.
Sounds almost like you're a simp, Gator.
Not simp.
Ooh, Sidney Grey.
Ooh, there you go. There you go. Sidney, if you're listening to this, take some notes.
Atticus Gold
Yep.
is a simp. I'll say it that much, because
Okay.
Atticus Gold wants to keep his job.
Well,
No one
from
who rant. Fuck you, Sidney Grey.
hey. In all fairness, from a tradition's sake, it's the warfare after March Madness. Usually, there's some kind of coronation ceremony, and Grey is the king and uni champion. So this is her moment in the sun. So you got to give it to her.
Absolutely.
Of course.
It's happening early up in the night, but hey, it's happening.
Much more subtle than Sarah Lacklan's coronation, where she had a throne like brought out to her and everything. But
Yeah.
I forgot
Oh my
about that.
Anyway, next match: Kuhn versus Jason Cashe. Anybody want to take this one, or do you want me to go through it?
Was it? Oh, okay, wait. Was it fucking Chris who kept pronouncing it Jason Cashe?
Cashe,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
Hey,
Okay, he
Oh.
fucked me up for fucking months with that bullshit, because I just called him Jason Cash, and it was so easy for me. And then he's like, Jason Cashe.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I guess that's how it's said. And I couldn't stop calling him that. I couldn't even stop thinking of Jason that way until recently. God damn
I
it.
love that Paige said it like that though. It was fucking amazing. Like, what a good gimmick.
The Cashe gimmick.
The Cashe.
Gimmick.
Okay. Cashe and Kuhn. Like good, like strong match. A lot of like evenness between the two, until some insane bullshit happens where a double headbutt leads up to fucking just a flurry of headbutts between the two, which was cool as fuck. I love that spot, by the way. Just like the headbutts going wild.
Oh my gosh, same.
Yeah. Finn comes in, revs up for a swan song, a discus elbow, but Cashe ducks. Finn collapses onto all fours with how dizzy he is from, head wound. And Cashe takes Finn's arms, hooking them, sad driver, and gets the clean 1, 2, 3, and your winner is Jason Cashe.
So yeah, that was a really strong win by Cash. I mean, honestly, I was sick. I was still sick in the lead up to this match, and it was a lot worse. So luckily, Cash really proved himself to be a class act, and we agreed to go 1 RP. I cannot write as strong an RP as I could have done, all things considered, but he definitely earned the win. Definitely, he has like a lot of respect for me, and honestly, I'd love to run it back again with him sometime in the future. So definitely, I want to give 100% with him next time.
Yeah, it was really nice of him to do that. Nobody has to do that. It's always appreciated when people do that, especially.
Absolute
Yeah.
class act.
Cash is top-notch class act guy. Like he's one of the good ones.
For sure.
For sure.
And he definitely deserves to be
is
champ. So
Yeah.
yes.
Well, that does lead us to a little segment of my devising, and well, actually, all of our devising, because there's 4 of us now. Spoiler alert, sorry, but we see the red Hummer pulling up, and the Brotherhood of Bros is showing up. So Bobby, Charlie, and TK all get out of a red Hummer limo and enter the arena well after the show has began. Because why not? That's what happens in wrestling.
fashionably late.
Yeah.
Afterwards, Jason
They got
Cash
lost.
goes backstage.
This also leads us to another.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you want to take it, Ned, this is also a
no-
great segment.
Yeah, I was consulted for this segment. I provided some stuff. Jason Cash goes backstage. If you remember to last Warfare, Jason Cash has been trying to get a mascot for SAGA, just to really get everybody invested in the group again. So he he gets this man named Samuel L. Reporter, which might be one of my favorite names in like
I love
e-betting
this.
bullshit ever.
I fucking love this.
We get to see the Dorkasaurus. You know, we're doing tryouts. Well, as the Dorkasaurus, you know, argues with Jason on whether or not he's a suitable mascot for Saga, it turns out that Sloan, remind me of Sloan's first. No, is Sloan the first
Sloan
name or the
Taylor.
last name?
Sloan's the first name. Taylor is
Yes.
the last
Okay.
First name.
Thank you. Yeah. Sloan Taylor was the Dorkasaurus. A reveal as exciting and knee-jerking as the Howler Power, in my opinion. So, this was a bizarre segment, as all of these Saga mascot segments are. I highly recommend every single one of them.
Yeah, it's really been a joy to read through. I've been loving seeing this.
Fucking amazing. I love Cashe. I love that Cashe is the hardest working member of Saga, like by a mile.
For sure. He's really helped
Oh,
just
yeah.
like brighten
Sorry.
up all the shows.
Oh god. And we go from that segment
He's the founder.
to another
True.
segment. Just back-to-back segments on Weekend Warfare this week.
Back to back to back, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
goddamn.
mini pay-per-view.
God. Yeah, we get Raion Kido coming out. Pip calls him a tentacle porn loving weirdo, and that's all I'm going to mention on that segment when we go to the next match.
That feels a little racist.
I think there was something important we were missing there. Do you think?
I'm joking. Okay, so Kido has something to say to the crowd, and it goes as following. As you all know, it was at Relentless that I lost the XWF Universal title, and ever since then, I have gone back from square one in the hopes of reaching that stage again. Lots of good things happened along the way. There was also Peter Vaughan cheating at the Warfare before March Madness. Love that he points that out. But hey, I now stand before you as a champion once more. But even if it's good to hold some tag team gold, I have not forgotten where it is that I really want to be. And now, one more time, things have changed. It was meant to be me and Matt Flynn, but Bobby Bourbon and Sidney Grey had to get in the way. And so it's time to make things right. And Raion Kido has finally decided that he's going to cash in his briefcase to use next Weekend Warfare.
It's going to be exciting. The next Warfare is going to be hype.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Doing
We're going to
the
run
old-
down that card later on, but that's going to be a treat to see.
Yeah, that's fucking... It's about damn time.
It really is. So we're gonna see if
It's
the
a
Lion
huge
can get
moment.
his gold once again. Be the king of the jungle.
I for one, I don't know. I'm really excited about it. Jason absolutely is the hardest working member of Saga, but Raion works pretty goddamn hard too.
Mhm.
And it's going to be interesting to see how hard he can go in hopes of reclaiming the Universal Championship.
We're definitely going to see some really entertaining stuff between Raion and Sidney Grey. So that's going to be the match to look out for sure. So after that, we come to our next match here, which is one of the first of three Brotherhood of Bros matches of the night. We have Charlie Nickles and Sarah Lacklan in a Falls Count Anywhere match. So this was a car crash in the best of ways. Honestly, it was really fast-paced, entertaining. The two of them really just just went around battering each other. Lots of weapons being implemented here. I mean, just like it was a really brutal carnal affair. The finish of the match. So that saw two of them trying to go back and forth. Lacklan trying to get Charlie brought behind the pigeon wing, but Charlie spins around, kicks to the gut, trying to go for the double hook, but Lacklan sticks out of the DDT and hits the Abyss Death Drop. So she manages to cover Nickles in the center of the ring. 1, 2, 3. Sarah Lacklan with a huge clutch victory over Charlie Nickles. So it's a little ironic that in a Falls Count Anywhere match they ended up going back to the ring anyway. But hey, that's how it goes sometimes. And Lacklan really earned that victory. So good job to her.
Yeah, great job. Fucking going, what is it now, like fucking 200-0 against Charlie.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
I also, I also love, like, Lacklan fucking, like, despises, like, garbage hardcore brawls with, like, weapons and all that stuff. Like, every single match Lacklan's been a part of since she came back, apart from, like, maybe 2 or 3, have been, like, hardcore trash brawls.
No wonder she hates her job.
I fucking adore
That's
it.
why she was doing the pigeon shit on Anarchy during the Forbidden Era.
The Forbidden Era.
Wow.
Yeah. I can't acknowledge it. It doesn't exist anymore.
The stinky era.
The stinky age. Could you fucking imagine if somebody, like, that would be the worst thing, you know, here we have the Bronze Age of comic books in the 1970s, followed up by the stinky era.
Ooh.
Fucking stupid. Ooh, pretty
stinky
smelly.
Age. Oh, Vinny Lane has a big pyro show and makes people wrestle in underwear. Oh.
Even just reading through the passages, even just reading through the results and
Whose
recaps,
feet are we gonna
the
see this
immense need to
time?
pinch your nose.
Ned, you need to stop talking over mouth, dude. Seriously.
I'm really trying not to. I'm very sorry.
We can't help it. But yeah, after the match, Charlie Nickles has a questionable moment where he questions his morality, where he has the opportunity to hit Lacklan after the match with a chair. Lacklan is just collapsed over, exhausted at this point. But Charlie has a moment where he can hit Lacklan, just bop her with a chair, and ultimately he decides not to go through with it. So it's a rare moment of honor by Charlie. Perhaps a new leaf as a Brotherhood of Bros turns face. We'll see if he can keep that up. But yeah, that was a really interesting character moment. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're trying to go good guy, you know? And that leads us to the next Brotherhood of Bros match, Mark Flynn versus Thunder Knuckles. I went ahead and wrote this one. I try to give like just credence to both guys and what they wrote. I try to continue Flynn's trend of cheating in ways that are absolutely nonsense and bonkers. So he starts out the match by just coating his feet in cooking spray, so he can't get the Thunder Strike applied to him. But then he tries to stand but slips because his feet are covered in cooking spray, so he can't really keep to his feet. So they wind up fighting around on the ground for a little bit, and it's just like an accidental belly-to-belly suplex happens. TK finds out he has a lighter, so he uses it to burn off the cooking spray, but Mark Flynn is still fine for some reason. It's because his boots were also loaded, so that way it'd be harder to do the Thunder Strike to him. Yeah. I tried to have a lot of fun with this one, and there was some decent back and forth, a lot of bullshit and chicanery just beginning the match. And then it goes down to, you know, being more of a normal match. And then finally, Flynn puts TK into the Fujiwara armbar, and TK just, you know, he's got that gut, he's got that heart, that desire, and he never taps. Instead, he passes out, you know, and Flynn gets the win.
Good job, Mark Flynn. I mean, that was a really fun match. You really made things really fun and entertaining, Bobby. Just like, you know, reading some of that bits with like TK trying to burn off the cooking oil with the lighter. It was like very entertaining. I'm sure they both loved it.
Yeah. Very unique. I like that. Fucking a loaded boot to stop the fucking DDT. That's incredible. That's so good.
Oh my god.
I just love how Flynn's matches have read, where every time Flynn cheats in some really bizarre way, almost cartoonish villain way. And I just started thinking of like the old cartoons where the boxer puts like a horseshoe in his glove and then puts it back on to go fight Bugs Bunny. I was like, I think Flynn would have seen that. And Flynn would have thought, I can put things in my boots and then kick people. Like,
no, that's great. Yeah. So, like, if we make fucking Mark Flynn like a proper Looney Tunes villain, I think he'd appreciate that so much.
He's like full cartoonish mustache twirling villain.
Go on.
I was about to say, like, is Mark Flynn, the XWF Team Rocket.
Ooh.
Well, Mark Flynn is actually successful in like Team Rocket, so
That is
Well,
true.
like,
We need to
fair
have
enough.
a match
Uh,
where the objective is to try and capture like a Pikachu of a pole. And
oh my gosh,
if
yes.
Mac can't get it done, then we can definitely define that he is Team Rocket of XWF.
It really sucks now that a Pokemon thief for Relentless already happened. Otherwise, that would have
Oh
been the perfect
no.
moment.
Oh, if only we had somebody on the graphics
Damn it.
team to just randomly make a Pokemon night.
yeah.
Hey, that's the new theme for Mayday 2.
Yes.
Sorry, Dolly, we're
Me
taking
and
over.
catch them all. We're
Dolly
making
is
an
cursing
executive
right now.
decision.
You don't understand.
Oh.
My daddy's going to yell at me as soon as he hears that.
It's fine, we got it.
My dad.
Okay. After that, we got another Brotherhood of Bros match with Bobby Bourbon versus Raion Kido. I wrote this match, and it was a bit of a quickie. I started off with the two of them showing actually kind of a lot of honour and respect to one another before like breaking out into a pretty big brawl. What happened? Oh, God, I'm so bad at reading my own matches. Yeah. Anyway, so it's pretty even off the bat, but Bobby manages to get the upper hand at one point. Kido aims forward, trying to go for the lightning plasma, which is screams, and Bobby actually hears it. Bobby actually hears his opponent screaming a move, and then wisely drops to the mat, and then responds by shouting Shoryuken and going for uppercut, which Kido hears and dodges.
I love that part.
Thank you.
Uh,
Kido forces is back to the ropes and bounces back with force as Bobby lands back to his feet after Shoryuken, and Kido hits the Atomic Thunder, getting a 2 count. Barely, and Kido lifts Bobby up, pushes him into the corner, like giving him a nice nasty chop. But Bobby counters, brings him up into a Bobby bomb, and starts running over to the opposite corner to deliver a Bobby buckle bomb. But Kido hits a Frankenstein that transitions into his cattle mutilation, which is the Heaven's Treasure. And despite it being a submission move where Bobby is on his belly, gets a 1-2-3 and wins by pinfall somehow.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Mini pay-per-view. And I don't know, I sold the hell out of it. I mean, it's like it's definitely something you don't see every day, but yeah, I mean, like we had fun with it after the show. Well, we all went 0 for 4 on the card, so afterwards, of course, we all congregated, like, and everybody was like, "Hey, we all went 0 for 4. Man, we really suck. We need to do everything different." I'm like, "No, let's just riff on each other and be smack talking assholes to one another for what happened." And they're like, "Yeah, that sounds fun." So, but we'll get to that.
Fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Great work.
For
And
sure.
also, all the credit in the world to Raion Kido. Like, and I've told him this out of character. Like, I'm just selling the results, like having fun with it. He's cool.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, silly little error there. But hey, as long as people are selling it and we get a story out of it, then I'm happy.
Exactly.
Okay, next segment. Ned, Jason Cashe is back.
so, Jason Cashe and Samuel L. Reporter return. Both looking at the newest, the newest batch of potential mascots for Saga. Theo barges in and is noticeably unhappy with things, especially when a masked man wearing a familiar mask, if you will, shows up and calls himself Enigma. So, Gator, would you like to explain this, because I wasn't really around for any of that?
Oh, sure. So, during a brief moment in time where Theo held a briefcase, he kind of dropped off the radar, and then this mysterious character named Enigma came in, who had a pick base of Noob Saibot from Mortal Kombat. And he was kicking ass, taking names, and during the pay-per-view, Enigma ended up cashing in, even though he didn't have a case, and then he revealed himself to be Theo Price, the brother of Sebastian Duke, or the uncle of I don't know. That whole Duke thing's complicated. But yeah, Enigma was Theo Price for a bit, and he left really cool clues throughout his whole like IPs and his roster page, like basically spelling out how he was Theo Price. It was really good.
Yeah. So
Because Unveiling was like the first pay-per-view I was ever a part of, right? It was that War Games.
Ned
Yes,
had to
it was
do
that War
his
Games.
bullshit in
Yeah,
real
absolutely
life.
right.
Yeah, crazy stuff. But yeah, really fun stuff. Again, just absolutely killing it.
Mm-hmm.
You want to continue, Ned?
So, yeah, Theo is not even less pleased by this imposter Enigma claiming to be the authentic deal. Jason is adamant that somebody should sit here, stay here, and help him decide on the future of Saga's image. Theo has no time for it, says Saga doesn't need a mascot, fucks off, says we're not.
You cut out.
Ask another. Have you or have you not had sex while wearing that mask?
What the fuck?
We don't get the answer.
Ned, sorry. Can you just go back to what's it called when Theo says he's out of here because you cut out?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
When Theo says what?
When Theo fucks off.
Oh, okay. Theo ends up fucking off, says Saga doesn't need a mascot, they're not getting a mascot, he has actual work to do, so don't call him for this frivolous crap again. And then Jason Cashe asks a very important question to Enigma, quote unquote. And that question is, have you or have you not had sex while wearing that mask? We do not get the answer.
Oh, such a shame.
I guess you could say the answer to that question is a bit of an enigma.
Oh.
Ooh.
Very good.
Ooh.
Thank you, Bobby.
Really, really get your noggin jogging.
Gets the Theo Bio. Ew. Okay. Next up is a corpse versus a dog.
Oh my god. I hate
Jesus
this.
Christ.
I hate this.
I was sitting
Sorry,
on
everybody.
that.
That's
I
my
was
fault.
sitting on that all night. I was. Oh.
I bet you were. Like, I think nightly you sit on a corpse and a dog.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it's true.
That leads to
Oh,
we got a combo for War Games. It says the world's largest city, the XWF's largest event, just got a whole lot larger. At War Games, your future is in my hands. War doesn't determine who's right. War determines who remains.
Very cool.
So Mexico City and War Games, you know, my character's main event, because Bobby Bourbon has the most eliminations in War Games history. I can't prove that, but I'll keep saying that. Yeah, just got a lot larger because somebody else posted this. This leads us. I want to get the main event because I wrote that. But I will speak on big shout out to Dolly, Dylan for stepping up and getting this one done at the same time I was getting the other one done. But yeah, this one, I liked how this match turned out. The X title match.
Yeah.
Matt, what do you think about the X title match?
Thought the X title match was a really entertaining one. So let me scroll up here. Sorry, I was ready to go for the main because I wrote that ending and I wanted to go over it. Let me just here. So right, Goth versus Cadryn Tiberius in that Extreme Rules match. So Goth really tried to set the tone early, try to get a quick victory, but Cadryn managed to keep powering through, really stuck with Goth throughout the entire match. And just like a lot of the matches here tonight, it's really been a really violent, brutal affair. And I mean, both these guys really showed why they're some of the most entertaining writers on here. And ultimately, Goth tried to go for the golf chop and the cover, but Cadryn managed to kick out of the golf chop. So unbelievably, I mean, the golf chop has now. We may need to find a new joke with Goth because unfortunately, I mean, Cadryn just powered right through that. And Cadryn managed to punch Goth. Goth punches back, and suddenly the bat from earlier, it manages The bat manages to swoop down for the Raptors to attack Cadryn, but it causes Goth to lose his balance, and he falls from the turnbuckle and crashes through tables at ringside, which ultimately allows Cadryn to get Goth right back in the ring, hits the Dust Till Dawn, the Crucifix pile driver, and he covers 1, 2, 3. Cadryn, Tiberius is your new Extreme Champion, so hats off to him. Cadryn was one of the people who was in the Fed when I first came in with Flynn, and he was a really entertaining writer then, and I was really sad to see him go when he went into hiatus, but I mean, he came right back with Michael Graves, and he showed that he still had that really entertaining it factor to his promos. I mean, just reading them will make you laugh.
Yeah.
Reading through his promos really will make you laugh.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's really nice to see that he's got the singles gold right back with him. So really good stuff from Cad.
Yeah,
Happy
come
to
on,
see him
man.
with the title.
It's also very fitting that Goth lost to a crucifix. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
very fitting. It's sad. It's sad to see Goth
I
lose
just
the
want to
X title.
say, I believe it.
Go on, Ned.
It
sorry.
is. I do want to add that all good. That Bobby, TK, and I were like in a voice chat with Dolly while she was writing this match, and I can't remember whether or not it was TK or Bobby who came up with 17th Century Lariat. But my God, it's so good. It's
That's
such a
great.
good
really
background
is.
move.
That's great.
Who was
Actually,
that?
that was probably a Dolly original. I didn't come up with that.
Might have been.
Also, like when you said Marvin's like we might need to find something stronger than Goth drops. I don't know if this joke is going to be lost on you. Have you heard of the Goth drops called Fisherman's Friend?
I literally just heard of those in my fucking store early today.
So
Holy shit.
maybe a
Holy
fisherman bust a suit.
Fisherman suplex friend.
Yeah, there we go. Fisherman suplex friend. Maybe that can
There
be
we
the
fucking
upgraded
go.
Goth drop. Clear up
There
the
we fucking
coffee
go.
the throats.
The new evolution of Goth
Reel
Drop.
in a better future.
Oh,
I love this!
God,
Good job,
my
Ned.
dog is snoring
I'm on
his
a
head
roll,
off.
baby. Thank you. Thank you.
He's
I could use a fisherman's
That was a good noise.
suplex friend right now.
this podcast is just so noisy. We got fucking Bobby was coughing before, Mav's coughing. I got a dog snoring his ass off. Like,
All
Ned
people tuning in are just gonna be
exists.
like, what the fuck even is this shit? Honestly.
okay. Oh,
It's Sleepy Time Podcast.
It's the best we can do with what we got.
and next after
Yeah.
Cadryn wins the Extreme title, good for him, by the way. We got another Jason Cashe segment. Ned, what's this one about?
Okay. So, why do you have to say it like that? Why do you have to know? So, congratulations. Is it Cadryn or Cadryn? How
I
is
say
it pronounced?
Cadryn. I say Cadryn.
I just say Cad.
Okay.
That works too.
Congratulations, Kid Dickerus. So,
Wow.
Jason, I'm sorry. Congratulations, Cad. Jason Cashe and Samuel R. Reporter. That I don't know why that keeps making me laugh. L. Reporter. Samuel L. Reporter. Keep looking for a better mascot. And Ned walks in which Samuel L. Reporter responds, terrible costume. I don't appreciate that, but sure.
Fucking blue ass indie
Ned-
tights, Ned on one side, Kay on the other side. Fucking trashy.
Oh, fuck.
he's got the Ned logo. He's got the Nedophilia logo on his neck as a tattoo. It's horrible. It's garish.
Oh, I need to make that a thing. All right, Ned,
So-
in character, can you grow out the
Please
Hulk
don't.
Hogan mustache and start wearing a Nedophilia bandana?
No. No. Absolutely not. So Ned comes in, he struggles for a compliment to their bizarre bullshit, saying the setup looks good. They try to rope him into also taking on the auditions. And who shows up but a man in a gorilla suit? A man in an albino gorilla suit, mind you. So Jason Cashe, like, I learned this, so now you have to learn it. Jason Cashe, during all of this happening, says, fun fact, you can technically get a gorilla pregnant. Like, you can put human sperm in gorilla eggs and make a baby. It would work vice versa as well, but ouch. Yeah.
Why are we explaining this on the podcast?
Because he said it, and I want to curse everybody else with this information.
Well, no. Now we can actually send this to biologists, and this is now a biology podcast.
There's been too many interspecies sex talk
Biology and Bobby and them.
We're really gonna get eyebrows raised here when people watch this one.
This shit is gonna get flagged. Like, this isn't gonna get taken out from YouTube now.
It is.
Yeah. From dog to gorilla fucking in less than an hour, gentlemen, and none of us are drunk.
People are gonna think we're furries now from this. Oh my god!
Oh no, we already thought you were a furry to begin
with.
Oh yeah. Well, Mav, I'm
That's
actually
Ned,
shocked
not me.
that you
Get
not
that
the
out of here.
evolution. We found the missing link. We found the missing link between dog and corpse gorilla.
Oh.
I again apologize for that. That's my fault, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god!
fault.
I hate this.
Well, it could be worse.
Okay.
So I believe that.
So continuing on. Go ahead.
Yeah, that takes us to the main event, and we finally get the show.
Oh yeah. Just gonna ignore the rest of that segment.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's fun.
Well, okay, we got to gorilla sex. Everything else is a letdown from there.
True. This is true. We reached the climax, if you will.
Yep. Go ahead.
Oh.
Ned, go ahead and polish us off with the afterglow, why don't you?
This is the worst podcast.
With the main event? Do I have to discuss the main event now?
Oh no, I'll talk about the main event because I
The
wrote
segment.
it. Oh, the segment. Yeah.
Yeah, the segment is just the gorilla turns out to be a poacher and probably poached people in an albino gorilla suit, which just a bad decision all around. Stupid decision. Sounds like an easy way to get shot. He ends up trying to attack Ned. Ned finally defeats a gorilla in combat, in direct combat, but it's a dude in a gorilla suit.
Yeah, so it doesn't count.
It does not count. To quote Ned quoting Ned here, to finish the segment, this mascot shit is a disaster already.
Okay.
And now, your main event.
Now, for tonight's main event, we get to... That was a good segment. Like, again, Cashe busted his ass, putting out good content for everybody.
Great.
You know?
Cashe is the
for
best.
sure.
I love Cashe so much.
We all love Cashe.
Love Jason.
I like Cashe so much.
Cash money.
Yeah. But the main event, we get Dolly Waters versus Isaiah King. Love the work both of them put out. Totally tried to tell a good story using their match. But on the way to the ring, while Dolly's walking down, a hooded figure, the notorious hooded figure, pops the barricade and stands blocking her way. And then they're accompanied shorter by even more hooded figures. Because I remember there were a lot of hooded figures at March Madness. And the hooded figure menace is just rampant with XWF. And they're here to stop Dolly for some reason. And that's when the Brotherhood of Bros show up. And they start brawling with the hooded figures. Because those hooded figures are no good. They're always
No good at all.
No good whatsoever. So the Brotherhood of Bros finally step forward and do a good guy thing and fight off hooded figures. And, you know, that's just the little segment part. But then we get to the actual match, which is the heart of the matter. And I try to give more credence to. The 16-minute time limit, you know, was hilarious. had fun working with that and trying to like just space stuff out in between time segments. Having Dolly just squirrel away and run off and just be, King stepped forward and like had this head on his shoulders, like, yeah, this is my time. I'm going to come take your title. Just try to play the game like that and try to make the match happen and shake out. So that way it looks like King is like actively should have this match if it weren't for Dolly being a little shitheel and sliding out and fucking around and stalling. And then it goes down to the 2-minute mark, and that's where things take a peculiar turn. And Mav, you want to take it from here?
Sure, I'd love to. So, 2-minute warning. So things are really coming down to the wire here, and Dolly tries to steal the deal, tries going for the running waters on Isaiah King, but Isaiah King manages to roll out of the way, and Dolly's kneecap smashes right into the middle of the turnbuckle. She is hobbled. That gives Isaiah King the opening he needs to hit the guillotine of destruction DDT, and he holds onto it to secure the guillotine choke. So fans are chanting tap. It looks like Dolly might tap, but she tries using her legs to push her up to try and go for a pin, and at nearly the same time, Dolly taps out as there is a 3 count. So there's a bit of confusion in the ring as to who actually won because the referee didn't notice the tap out at first. So people think Dolly won initially until head referee Chaz Bobo comes out. There's a bit of discussion between the two, and they agree to have a replay review to see who won the match first. So they checked the replay, and as it turns out, Dolly tapped out before the 3 count. So Isaiah King manages to actually get the win. So Isaiah King is your new television champion. So Theo had gone to me when it came to writing the ending of this match, and he just wanted it to be as dusty as possible. So I heard that, and I got inspired by one of the old WWE segments when it was Batista and Undertaker in a steel cage match, and they both hit the floor at the same time, and they did a similar thing where they used a replay to figure out that they drew together. So I saw that, and I figured it was actually a really good idea, and I wanted to implement that here, and I thought it was a really good way to try and keep both people over, because it really did just come down to the wire between them, and that was really the case when it came to like figuring out who won, and ultimately Isaiah King has just really been on top of his game. Really came back strong after the Ned loss. I mean, he deserved the team title win. So good on Isaiah King, and I mean, good hats off to Dolly Waters for really putting an entertaining fight here.
Yeah. Following that, dusty finish, go back to the back Isaiah King. Time for Dolly Waters to sell his tea. That's what happened.
Oh,
Isaiah King, you've had your moment.
That was good.
Get out of here.
Really good.
Get out my ring, kids. Let me show you what's done.
Time for Dolly Waters to grab the microphone and announce that Mayday 2 will be happening. That is where the captain's match for War Games will be happening. And then buy some divination tea, and then that's how the show ends, with Dolly's music playing, and her smiling.
Oh God, I love Dolly. I adore Dolly so much.
What a great warfare!
Yeah.
Fantastic warfare, honestly.
Yeah, it was
fun. King as well. Like I'm sad Dolly lost the TV, even though it was dusty as fuck. Which good job on that, Mav. But yeah, I'm a simp for King, so I am happy to see him with some more gold, and I'm hoping for a good run from him.
Yeah. Honestly, I think he can definitely.
I agree. I'm also a King simp.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, you have a hand in making sure his run lasts longer.
What? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Well, Gator may have a hand in making Isaiah King's run last longer, according to the next warfare.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, shall we, Mav? Do you want to run us through the next card, or Ned, or whoever?
I can pull it up. 1 second.
I can. Go ahead, Mav.
All right. So we have the next weekend warfare coming to you live from the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia, and we start things off with a triple threat match: the Blue Tangle versus Michael McBride versus Mastermind. The triple threat match. We then have an Extreme Rules match between Michael Graves and Vagabond. We have another triple threat match. This one an elimination match between Ned Kaye, Dionysus, and J Omega. We have Mark Flynn taking on Finn Kuhn in a submission match. We have the Brotherhood of Bros, Bobby Bourbon, and the newest member, Dolly Waters, taking on Team HSU, Sarah Lacklan and Angelica Vaughn. We have Isaiah King versus Noah Jackson. And then we have Sidney Grey versus Raion Kido in a ladder match for the Universal Championship. So, I mean, definitely a very sad card. You guys want to give your thoughts on how this looks?
I say top to bottom, I'm excited. Blue Tango is always great to read.
Mm-hmm.
Graves Vagabond, that's no lie. That's a sleeper match. Both writers are phenomenal. They're very talented writers. I like reading their work. I'm really a big fan of Vagabond and everything he's been bringing to the table since I've noticed him in the Fed. So the past couple of months. K, Dionysus, and Omega, that's money. That's a great matchup. No pressure, Ned. No pressure.
You got this, Ned.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean,
Thanks.
then you have Finn Kuhn versus Mark Flynn, which we already know Flynn's going over.
Yeah, fuck you too. Fuck you too. Fuck you.
But I'm sorry, Flynn is tough to beat. You know how many times Flynn beat me?
Yep.
Like a dozen or so, like half a dozen. Flynn's awesome. Like he's gonna be.
He is awesome. He is awesome. That's
great to
the
work.
one match that I've really been looking forward to for above any else in terms of opponents. So I mean, he's gonna rip you a new asshole, but I'm at least hoping I can at least make it competitive.
Wait, Bobby, you just officially joined the new XWF podcast by unapologetically shitting on Mav out of the blue. We're so proud of you. Gator, tell him you're proud of him.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I mean, if you think that's something, just wait till the next
Thank you,
segment.
Gator.
Brotherhood of Bros' new member is a table.
Yes.
No. The next match, me and Dolly get to team up, and we're going up against Lacklan and Vaughn. That's going to be a blast.
That's
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Dolly have been cooking up some ideas, and I look forward to what they bring out. That's going to be a good time. Again, King versus Jackson, no pressure. You got to bring it against King. This is going to be money. You have high expectations because both of you guys are good, and the main event, Gray and Kido, we know that they can bring it. I think that top to bottom, I think every Warfare is a mini pay-per-view. I know I was kind of making cracks about how somebody said that last week, but that's how it is. Every Warfare is a mini pay-per-view as far as I'm concerned because
you really can't miss any episode.
Yeah.
As soon as we combine the shows, it's really just become must-see.
Absolutely, yeah. I agree with that 100%.
So, Peter, Nick,
if I
do you have any additional thoughts?
Go on, Ned.
So I do. Yeah. Number one, the first thing I wanted to say when it came to King going over Dolly, even with it being dusty as fuck, what that tells me, it's easy to see the television title kind of getting ping-ponged around is a little frustrating. But think about the level of talent that we have and how deep it is, even beyond the events of March Madness. We have so many valid competitors for the Universal title, for the X title, for the television title. And this goes all the way through down to Anarchy and down to Madness as well. The amount of competition, even in the tag scene, it's starting to kick up a little bit more. It's fucking insane.
I noticed that.
That's very true, Ned. I'll take it a step further that the gap in just quality of writing and quality competition between each title is so narrow now. To say that you're the TV champion, that's a hell of a thing to hang your hat on. That's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
It's hard to hold on to for a long time. It's just as prestigious it's almost got the same prestige as the Uni.
Mm-hmm.
It's just as prestigious as the X these days. Mm-hmm. And that's not as a slight of people who've been holding the belts. That's actually just the strength of the roster as it is right now on the whole. If you go for any title and you accomplish that, that's an accomplishment. And, of course, we all want to get that Universal Championship under our belt because that's the name of the game. That's the main event. But even any of those, if you can accomplish any championship nowadays, except for maybe the 24/7 belt, which nobody cares about anymore, then yeah, you're doing great.
I think that's gone now. Anyway.
I think so too.
Yeah.
No, what's funny about that is like we're getting to the point where the margins are so narrow that if a hot enough feud came around for like the TV or the X, especially the TV, I feel like I would be okay with it getting the main event over the uni. That's a personal thing. I can totally understand people disagreeing with me, but like that's how close the margins are, in my opinion.
That did happen before, and that used to be actually like provocative, like having the uni over the TV title match on Savage, because Savage was always supposed to be the main event was the TV title. So again, I agree with you. As long as it makes sense and it's copacetic, that's cool. But if you do have the internet fan base that's a bit more of a purist as to how things are supposed to be presented, they're entitled to that opinion as well. But
yeah, I mean, I think we're definitely just getting to that point. Like, it depends on the circumstances, of course, like who's going in the match, how's the feud looking. But I mean, definitely, I mean, like we've been getting spoiled, honestly, with some really like masterclass matches with the TV title, the X title, et cetera, the tags. Where I mean, it's just like realistically, we're gonna be approaching that point potentially, maybe even this year. I don't want to say like things in like a concrete manner because you never know. But I mean, just like I think Ned just did raise an interesting possibility, and I think we might be seeing it potentially. Who knows, though?
It's possible, and if it works and it jives and it makes and it works. And if it doesn't work and it doesn't jive, it still works and it jives. If that makes sense,
Yeah.
If it's disjointed to somebody, you can still play off of it, and the show's going to keep going. Like everybody's been harping about how Cody Rhodes' story is never going to end. It doesn't culminate. Well, ours definitely never has ended. It's going to have to keep going some way or another. And that's why we keep coming here.
Never stops.
Yeah. Except for on Anarchy.
It never slows down. It never slows down.
Yeah. Except for on Anarchy, like Bobby said. The stinky arrow, we don't talk about that.
Anarchy comes to us from the Canada Game Center in Whitehorse, Yukon Territory, Canada, which that arena looks adorable. Your opening match is Taylor Rabid versus Chad GPT. I think we all talked about Mr. Rabid earlier. I liked his stuff. I look forward to what else he's going to be coming out with. Chad GPT is a fun read. Then you get Molly Barnes versus the Atomic. Bat. I'm going to say that again. Molly Barnes versus
the Atomic Burp.
Bat. In an Extreme Rules match. You have a Freya Adler. I hope I said that right. Versus Sarah Lacklan in an Out in the Cold match. The winner will have to fight her opponent from the ring until forcing them all the way out of the arena, locking them out in the frigid elements of the Yukon, which that's not nice. We have Chelsea Claire versus Gina Van Zyl versus Mastermind in a triple threat match. And then in the main event of the evening, HGH versus Lord Rob for the Anarchy Championship in a sticky goop match, which whoever wins will do so by knocking their opponent into a vat of putrid sticky goop at ringside. Ned, did you want to talk to us about the cum jar again? Or?
Did I want to talk to you about what?
The cum jar.
Oh, the cum jar and the sticky goop match? Oh, future Gator, please. Please put the opening to Super Mario Sunshine where the two toads are looking at the goop and one of them's like, what's this sticky goop? That's this match.
No. I refuse.
Okay, fair enough. Morally opposed to it. I jive with that.
I do have a suggestion though, and a request. If that no makes it into the final podcast, can you have the words or the letters NO appear on the screen?
Sure.
Like just that way, it's great big. So no.
And have fireworks pop up. No.
I'll do you one better. After the no from Gator, just have Mario falling off into the abyss with the no death screen from Sunshine.
Wow. Oh god, I just love how the stinky era of Anarchy is ending with a sticky goop match. Like, Lane, fuck you. Like, I
Gave
can't,
you one last fuck you on the way out.
I can't wait to just take over this piece of shit garbage show that he's created and turn it into something decent.
But
We can actually acknowledge it for once, dude.
And then we can stop start bullying and madness.
yeah, and you know what? I say for the beginning of the new tenure of Madness, the main event, let's make it a sterile goop match.
Oh,
There you go. The evolution of the sticky goop match.
a bouncy goop match.
A
like
clean
ball
goop.
too.
Clean.
Yeah, fun card from Anarchy. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about taking over this show, but mostly because I don't know Canada at all, so I don't know what's gonna happen. But it's an end of an era a little bit for Vinny, I guess. But he'll probably take it back over when I get really bored and I start pulling my hair out about shows again.
Aww.
So don't worry, you only have to suffer. You guys, Anarchy fans, will only have to suffer through the era of Atticus for not long, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see.
Ooh.
But I know what I'm doing though. First off,
I like the era of Atticus.
First off, right, budget cuts. No more big pyro. We can't afford that shit.
Oh, I like the big pyro though.
No more big pyro. I'm being strict with this. No more big pyro. Absolutely no gone. Bammer is gone. After his comments at March Madness about the Chinese, gone, fired.
Yep. Yeah. Time to usher in a golden era.
Dude. Okay, I'm excited for Anarchy now.
Dude.
Oh shit! Am I changing?
Yep, that's really good.
Yeah, because we don't have Savage anymore. I could change Anarchy to the gold brand.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, that might be a thing.
Can I propose 40 squirrels on commentary, please, to replace Bama?
No. I have a request. Make Bobby Bourbon the commentator on Anarchy. That's like a list for me.
What?
I was gonna make Gator the commentator.
That sounds fun.
Oh, then never mind. Never mind. That's a way better idea. Yeah.
McBride,
and his co-commentator should be Dick Powers.
No, it's still Vinny. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be Vinny and Gator. Okay. I'm not a dick and commentary. I'm not getting another person fired. Oh, actually, that could be a pretty fun running gag, but it'll be a pain in the ass for match writers if we have like new commentators each time, but they never do well. So like.
They always get cancelled?
Yeah. So we have like new guest commentators on. So we could have Bobby on for like a show, being guest commentator with Vinny. But Bobby does too well of a job, like telling like move names and stuff, so Vinny gets rid of him.
No.
Okay, I have one other new brother.
If Bobby's on it and Bobby has to get fired, I like the thought of Bobby just taking a nap. During a segment, not during somebody's match. You just see Bobby snoozing and like Vinny has to wake him up a couple times, huh?
That's pretty good. What might
He lures him awake with the smell of food under his nose.
And then Bobby floats like towards a pie on a windowsill.
Technically, I was about to say, who did it Chris the Hammer Von Bon like construct a windowsill in the middle of the Anarchy arena just so someone could place a perfectly good smelling pie atop it?
That's great.
Yes.
He would totally do it.
And the pie was DoorDash.
He would.
Gator, as new booker of Anarchy, please tell me you were going to highlight our Lord and Savior Chris the Hammer Von Bon.
Oh yeah, of course. He's gonna do something new each and every segment.
Wait.
All right,
okay. If we worship the wheel, does that mean like our Jesus figure, our Jesus equivalent is Chris the Hammer Von Bon? Praise be to the wheel and praise be to his son.
Oh my
Chris
God.
the Hammer.
Chris Von Bon created the wheel.
Yeah.
The hammer and the wheel.
Yes.
We're
coming up with new Chris Hammer Von Bon lore. We needed the bi-weekly dosage of that.
Yes. No. New intro. New intro for Anarchy. You know, it's just it's a close up of the ring bell. and then you see a hammer striking the ring bell, letting you know it's time for action. And it's a slow zoom out, and you see it's Chris the Hammer Von Bon ringing the bell. He smiles, gives a thumb up, winks, hits it one more time with the hammer. No more fireworks.
Oh,
I disagree.
This.
I disagree only because when he hits it the second time, he should smile, turn around, and then toss a hammer behind him, and then it lands perfectly on the bell. That's what should happen.
Have you
There
ever
we
seen,
go.
Oh.
Have you ever seen like it was one of the intros for WrestleMania where they open it up with the whole ring crew like building the entire stage and like ring and it's
Yeah.
all
That, but just with Chris the Hammer Von
just with Chris the
Bon.
Hammer Von Bon. Yeah.
It's like an uncomfortably long time lapse, taking like 40 hours just of him constructing it all by himself.
Yo, wait!
Chris the Hammer Von Bon has
Lord,
he has a bunch of minis, like mini Von Bons. Just
Oh
like
my
Doink
God.
has like the mini clowns, there's like mini Von Bons
like
that help him
Oompa
do it. Exactly. They're like the broom from
We need to register that as a character now and just have him follow Chris the Hammer Von Bon constantly.
Hammer,
We
slammer,
can call them-
doopity doop.
no doopity doo. We are the XWF ring crew.
God.
What do you get when you build a soundstage? You get some competitors filled with rage.
Holy shit.
And they go and fight on the mat. What do you all think of that? I don't like the look of it.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry.
What a great way.
The Hammer Von Bon.
I'm out of breath. I'm fucking out of breath.
Oh,
If it's any consolation, lads, in the last 5 minutes, we've come up with better Willy Wonka stuff than Charlie Nickles ever did.
wait.
Bam, baby.
Well done.
And that's with all the love in the world to Charlie. Please keep that in the podcast.
Of course I will. Any chance I get to shit on Charlie Nickles, I will keep into the podcast. But I do love
All right.
Charlie. Right, and well, yeah, thank you. That's the end of the podcast. We're ending on that because that's the best thing we can ever do.
Yeah.
You
I
guys
like
have any
how
final
I like
words
how
you'd
we
like to
went
say?
from like I like how we went from like horrible sacrilege in the start and we found our faith at the begin or at the end.
Ugh.
It all came full circle. We found the wheel. Praise be.
It's all
Praise
thanks to Chris the Hammer Von Bon and his mini Von Bons.
Have you accepted Von Bon into your life?
Von Bonism.
I'm going door to door and asking that now.
You have to knock with a hammer.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
Yeah.
you can't go door to
Tiny
door with a
little
hammer.
hammer.
You, people are gonna think, "Oh my god, I'm gonna make a little necklace with a hammer on it." Like,
Yes. Or like little pamphlets with a hammer.
yeah, that'd be great.
And just
Oh my God.
explaining the Chris the Hammer Von
God.
Bon lore.
Von Bon's witnesses.
Shit.
Yes!
Jesus was
That was-
nailed to the cross. Hammer was not.
Oh.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
All right,
Yo.
we're done. Thank you everyone
Easter.
for listening to this terrible, terrible podcast.
You know who hasn't been saved by the hammer? Ghost Tank. Fuck you, Ghost Tank.
Take a shower.
Yeah, fuck you.